Hello guys, it's your boy AD back with another video. Now in today's video we're gonna be doing Life Naruto with my wife's grandson part 3. Now I know it's been a while since I did this what if. So yeah, I was gonna do it yesterday, but then I watched that one what if about the Lucifer thing. I just wanted to do it, so yeah, I just did it. But yeah. Oh shit. Anyways, so basically the last part where I left off was Naruto, Mai, and Sasuke coming back from the from the land of waves, and pretty much going to the Chunin exam. So yeah. So basically, we're gonna start off with the 3-month training trip, and oh yeah, Naruto gets this summoning. It's called a Falcon, I believe, something like that. But yeah, basically it's gonna be shaped like this, but like a lot bigger and stuff. But it's gonna look like this, but it's gonna be more like we are actually gonna shit like that. So yeah, that's pretty much gonna be his summoning. Yeah, I'm just gonna give this Phoenix to to Mai. Yeah, the Phoenix to Mai now. So yeah. Anyways, basically they go to they go to the stadium or whatever. And in this month, Menma learns whatever Naruto learned in canon, which I believe was just a summoning jutsu. So yeah. And what's his name? Mito. I keep calling Mito his, bro. Sorry, I just keep getting her mixed up, bro. Like, yeah, it's just, yeah. Basically, she learns the same thing but slug instead of toads. So yeah. With her, I believe they already had the Rasengan, so I guess they still have it. I know Naruto didn't learn in canon, but I'm just gonna give it to them to make them think they're gonna win, but didn't crush all their life pretty much. So yeah. And I think I killed Sakura already, so yeah. Anyways, basically they go and stuff, and Menma and Mito are standing with Minato and Kushina on like the other side of the stadium, like next to Kage shit. Well, they're in the Hokage thingy. But Naruto, Mai, and yeah, they're just standing in like a corner, and Sasuke, Kakashi are standing like wherever they did in canon. So yeah. And Black Zetsu, what's it called? Black Zetsu came and pretty much gave Naruto and Mai a score, which I'm not gonna tell you guys what it has in it yet. But yeah, basically he gives them the skull, and he goes back to the Akatsuki or whatever, and he also gives them a skull, a score as well. And Naruto opens it and read it and pretty much smirks, and the Akatsuki does the same, and yeah. And basically the Chunin exam starts. This time it's Menma versus, sorry about this. It's Menma versus Neji, and the match plays out exactly the same as canon, because Naruto does have the 9 tails and Menma and Mito have 40 each, and Kushina has 10. Though they have 45 and Kushina has 10, so yeah. He does pretty much exactly what Naruto does in canon. Except this time, when Neji was doing the rotation, he didn't go for only punches. He tried using the Rasengan. So, yeah, it did hurt him, but still didn't change much, because fuck it. He didn't have. Sorry about that. he was Neji blocked some of his chakra points, so he couldn't push enough chakra into it to really break the thingy. So yeah. Shit, cool as fuck for some reason. But yeah, basically that's what happened with that match. And next match is, I'm gonna say it's Mito versus uh ooh, some random guy, and she wins barely. I'm talking like she had to use sexy jutsu to make him nosebleed and knock out. That's how much she had to pretty much use the last resort thingy. So yeah. Anyways, next match Sasuke versus Gawa, and that goes similar to Kanin, except the Gawa never go crazy, so no Shikaku coming out yet. So yeah, and then next match is Naruto, Menma, Gawa, Mai, and Mito, all out pretty much battle pretty much. And yeah, I know it's a lot of them, but yeah, I just want to do something with them pretty much. And pretty much, Naruto tells Mei to stay back. He'll do it, and she says take care of Sasuke and Gaara, which she does, and she pretty much starts fighting with them, and she's beating them pretty easily because yeah, they aren't holding back anymore. So yeah. And at this point, Naruto and Mai are double S rank, and Mai is like double S rank, like high double S rank, and Naruto is like low triple S rank at this point. So yeah, they're pretty OP. Okay, I know. And Naruto does have the Rinnegan because he got Hashirama cells from Madara again. So yeah, and. I must say, I was doing a flashback, a quick little flashback when Naruto first got mind shit and he first started dating her. Madara was like, we should give her Hashirama cells too. And Naruto was like, what would the face appear? And then Madara was like, in the chest and shit. And Naruto was like, hell nah, I don't want her to miss a boo. I don't want. I want her to lose her pretty much her boobs and shit. And why do I laugh and shit? It was like, alright. Yeah, it's pretty much in the flashback. But yeah, basically Naruto's about to be a little pervert in this one. But yeah. Basically, yeah, let's go back to the fight. Naruto, I mean, I'ma say she uses some type of genjutsu and puts them in the genjutsu where they are still moving the real world, but they don't really see well. Like if Mai throws a punch to the faces, they're gonna see that Mai is throwing a punch to the stomach, or Mai is attacking or something like that. If she throws a kick, they would see Mai punches them or something. So yeah, she's basically putting a weak genjutsu that you can't notice that much. So yeah, but it's easy to break to, but you can't really notice it. So yeah, unless you calm and all that stuff, unless you really paying attention for genjutsu. But he got Sasuke pretty mad, and Gawa is a crazy bastard. So yeah, I mean, no offense, I don't have anything against Gawa, but he kind of is psycho. So yeah. But basically, Mai eventually beats them up, and Shikaku doesn't come out because Gaara isn't sleeping / knocked out. He's just pinned down to the ground pretty much. He can't really move. You know how Gaara was after the fight? Yeah, he's kind of like that. So he's not out, but he's not really able to fight anymore. So yeah, basically. And I was like, now that's over with. Now let's start our fight. Menma and Mito pretty much. And Menma and Mito are like, how is she so strong and all that stuff? But yeah, they're like, yeah, still, you can't be as strong as her pretty much. And Naruto smirks, and pretty much you see Naruto takes out his sword and blitzes both of them, and pretty much you see a giant slash in their backs, and they're like, "What? How are you so fast, you demon? What did you do to us?" Pretty much and stuff. But Naruto used some of his chakra. You know how the Susanoo is and stuff. You see like dark flames coming out the back. Not really flames, just like dark chakra coming out the back. And it's kind of like the Naruto chakra, but he controls it. So he's making it break them from the inside. So yeah. But I must say they use the Naruto chakra to push it out. So yeah. But it hurts like hell of a lot. Like I'm talking a lot. And they're screaming out in pain and stuff. And they're like, "Damn you, Naruto, I'll kill you and shit." And Naruto laughs and says, "Whatever, as if you could anyway." And then pretty much they're mad and all that stuff. And they pretty much use the. I must say they can use up to 4 tails. Yeah. When they can use 3 tails normal, but they're pissed off, so they go all the way up to 4 tails. And pretty much Minato's like, "Damn, he's gonna kill them. He's gonna kill Naruto." But he's like saying it in a smirk because he wants them to kill him. So yeah. Pretty much they were about to stop the match, but he was like, "No, let him kill the demon and stuff." So yeah. And they can't really do anything about it because they're not Hokages, and yeah, that. But yeah, basically they rush at Naruto, and they're like trying to slash him and stuff. But Naruto dodges easily. I'm talking super duper easily. Like, you know when Naruto was sparring against Jiraiya in when they were training? Yeah, that's pretty much what's happening right now. So yeah. And they pretty much keep trying to hit him, but he keeps dodging them and stuff. And Naruto eventually gets bored and takes out his sword again and cuts each and every single one of the tails off. But they just keep going back, so Naruto gets bored of it and starts actually piercing them and slashing them. So they start getting tired because yeah, keep getting slash and heal and slash and heal. It's just kind of tiresome. But basically, they jump back and they look at each other and they pretty much put their heads together. Like they put their heads next to each other and charge a fuse tail beast bomb. So it's like one from pretty much it fused the 4 tails together and makes like eight tail worth of tail beast bomb pretty much. So they launch at Naruto, and Naruto realizing that would actually hurt a bit. He upgrades his eyes to the Mangekyo Sharingan, Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, and activates the Susanoo web cage. And the smoke clears, and everyone is like, "What is that?" and stuff. And Naruto's like, "Enough games." And he signaled Mai to start the plan, and pretty much Mai goes through some insights and says summoning jutsu. And she summons a phoenix, a giant phoenix, like the boss of a phoenix summoning. Which I think I took a picture of one. Can't remember what it is. Yeah, this is pretty much what the phoenix boss looks like up close. Like when you like look into like the middle of it, you see this. But when you're out, like far away and stuff, you see this whole thing. So yeah, it's pretty much it's full form and stuff, but it can turn into something like this when he wants to. Like smaller version of him. So yeah, and this is Naruto's summoning again, Falcon or whatever. So yeah, she summons the phoenix and it flies up with her and it starts glowing, and pretty much you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, 7. Wait, there's 7 figures standing on top of the Hokage's office. Mountain, and they see the signal, and they pretty much jump in and start destroying the village. And these people are the 6th Path of Pain, and the one and only Itachi Uchiha. So yeah, pretty much the scroll said pretty much Naruto scroll that he got from Black Zetsu was saying that they would send these 7 people to help Naruto with the plan, which is pretty much to capture Mema Mito and Ga for the extraction of the Tail Beast. So yeah, and the one that the Akatsuki got was telling them what was the signal being the summoning jutsu thingy, and where exactly to pretty much attack. So yeah, and pretty much Naruto activates its perfect Susanoo and pretty much grabs Mema Mito and starts pretty much crushing them. He squeezes them, and they pretty much get knocked out. So Night Striker come off of them. So yeah, and Miyato's like, Naruto, what are you doing and stuff like that. This is what attack. We gotta protect the leaf, not attack your brother and sister and shit. And Naruto's like, huh? He smirks and says, "Who do you think is attacking the village?" And Miyato's like, the Akatsuki. And Naruto's like, you still don't get it, do you, old fool? And Miyato's like, what do you mean? And you see one of the path of pain. I must say this. I don't know, the one that can revive people, the King of Hell one. No, actually the Yaikopen, yeah, the Almighty Push and Pull one, pretty much. He jumps on top of the Susanoo, and you see a hole appears in the Susanoo, and Naruto lets him in, and he gives him a cloak, the Katsuki looking cloak, pretty much. And Naruto's like, thank you. And Miyato's like, Naruto, what have you done? And stuff like that. So yeah, and you see another pain. He flies up there and flies into the Phoenix summoning and gives her a cloak as well. And Miyato's like, no, this can't be. This can't be happening and shit. And Miyato's like, damn you, stupid demon. And Naruto laughs and says, huh, if only you never called me a demon, that would never have happened, Miyato. And Miyato's like, what you mean, stuff? And Naruto pretty much says, you call me a demon, yeah, I don't even have the 9 tails. And Miyato's like, whatever, you're still a demon, you stupid demon and shit. But yeah, basically they keep arguing with Miyato in his head, knowing that he fucked up, but in the real world he just keeps saying, you're a demon, you're a demon, you're a demon and shit. So yeah. I'm so freaking tired. But yeah, basically that's what happens. And Naruto says whatever, and he pretty much summons. Wait, somebody told me. Yeah, Naruto's weapons are like Madara's swords, but yeah, that's basically what Naruto has for his Susanoo weapons. So yeah, and he can make 4 arms as well. So yeah, and basically he makes the 4 arms, and you see the 4 blades appear. And now Miyato's like, what are you doing? Stuff like that. And Naruto's like, shut up and watch, you stupid little fool. And he pretty much does that thing that Madara did where he charged up the blade and stamps into the ground, and you see a shockwave from the blade that pretty much goes and destroys everything. He does that, and you see like 4 giant slashes to the Leaf Village. And the Yaiko pain, the other pains of pretty much destroying a bunch of houses, killing a ton of civilians and all that stuff. And yeah, and the invasion started. So Orochimaru summons the 3 giant snakes and all that stuff. So yeah, and the Sound Village, Sound Ninjas are attacking. Insane as well, but yeah, the Gaara is already knocked out. So yeah, and Gaara is on top of the Phoenix with Mai, and Naruto has the other 2 inside of his Susanoo, Mema and Mito. So yeah, and now Kushina uses the chakra chain to get up, and he's like, Naruto, what you doing? Give us back Melma and Mito and stuff like that. And Naruto's like, why would I ever listen to you, Kushina Uzumaki? And she's like, what do you mean? I'm your mom and stuff. And then Naruto's like, you never were mother to me. You always treat me badly and shit. And yeah, basically Kushina realizes that she fucked up, and she feel like a blade just went to her chest pretty much, because she realizes she's a bad mom and shit. But yeah, that was sure not happens. And please don't think I'm a Kushina and Minato hater, because I really don't hate them in any way. So yeah. But yeah, basically, what's it called? Naruto basically slaps her away with his Susanoo, and yeah, he starts going out the village after he seals away Mima and Mito. So he's walking out with the giant Susanoo. So he's like crushing the houses where in his way. Like he's just swinging his hangers on so he can make sure and nothing gets in his way. So yeah, and pretty much he gets out and Mai enter her Susanoo form as well. And this time is no, he leaves the phoenix up there just launching fires down to the village pretty much. And basically she enters Susanoo form, jumps down, and lands next to Naruto. As much as I would like to make her land as Naruto's arm, but yeah. Basically she lands next to Naruto and starts going out the village with him. Wait a second. Wait. Oh my gosh. I have a question for you guys. I have a very, very important question. Is it possible for this female Susanoo to to do with Naruto's mouse? Oh my god. Well, let me know what you guys think of that question. Like, is it even possible to do something like that? Oh my gosh. Anyways. So yeah, they leave the village and they take Gawa because Mai took him with the Susanoo, and Naruto has met Mai Mito. And the Yaiko pain the Nagato pretty much deactivates all the other pains except for the Yaiko pain, and Conan grabs the other pains because she uses the paper shit because she's over with Nagato, even though I didn't mention her. But yeah, she basically grabs him and puts him in a safe place. And the Yaiko planes flies up, and Minato's like, what the hell are you doing, you pain and shit? I got mildly interrupted yet again. But yeah, basically Minato was like, what are you gonna do, Pain? And Pain was like, I will teach all of you pain and stuff. And he pretty much flies up and he's like, this world shall know pain. Almighty push, and pretty much pushes the whole village away like it did in the Shinobi. I mean, in canon, to like, destroy the village and shit. So the village is pretty banged up right now. It's a lot worse than it was in canon in the beginning, where pain attack and shit. So yeah. And basically, Orochimaru runs away because I'm gonna see the thingy. The almighty push breaks so much every bone in his body, so he has to get out. And Minato is like way worse than Tsunade was in canon. Like, I'm talking, like, his head is like crushed, his legs are crushed, his arms are crushed, his chances caved in and shit. Talking like that kind of bad. So yeah, the Leaf Village is basically done for. Well, not really. It's just there, but like it's not known as one of the 5 great nations no more. So yeah, well, it is, but like it really doesn't have the right to call himself either number one or really proud of the nations anymore because they don't have any more shinobis because like 99% of them died in the attack. So yeah, they only have like about 1,000 shinobis left or so. So yeah, and there's all of them are injured, like have broken bones, broken legs, broken everything pretty much. So yeah, Leaf Village is in a really bad position at this point. And they lost the Churis, so they're in worse position now. So yeah, basically at this point, Naruto, Mai, and what's it called? Naruto, Mai, Pain, all of them, Itachi. Oh yeah, Itachi met with Sasuke, and Sasuke was like, Itachi, I'm gonna kill you and shit, like he did in Kanin. But Itachi did that same thing he did in the hospital, slams his thing into a wall, and breaks that shit and puts him to Tsukuyomi. So yeah, but this time he also shows how Naruto is a lot stronger than him. So yeah, even pissing him off even more. And that he got the girl that Sasuke wanted, being Mai. But yeah, basically that's what happens. So yeah, about that I got interrupted again. My little sister was screaming for some reason. But yeah, basically Naruto and them, they extract the tail beast from Memamito and Gaara at this point. And Naruto got a really evil idea and was like, so they're dead now, right? And then Pain was like, yeah, why? And he was like, can I get their bodies? And then Pain was like, sure, we don't really care, but what do you want with it and stuff? And Naruto was like, oh, nothing, just giving someone a present and stuff. And Phil was like, sure, whatever, dude. And pretty much Naruto grabs Mema and Mito, and he pretty much grabs them and flies using his Rinnegan, but Pain doesn't see that. So he uses his Rinnegan to make himself fly. And pretty much he flies back to the Leaf Village. And he sees Minato and Kushina in the hospital. Mostly Minato banged up because Kushina used the chakra chains as a ball on him, like a spear, and pretty much protect herself. So yeah, she's not like pretty much almost dead. She's pretty banged up though. So yeah. So Naruto was like, "Hey, Minato and Kushina," and they were like, "What? What are you doing, Naruto? Where's Mimamito and shit?" And Naruto was like, "Oh, they're fine." And they like, "Give them back and stuff." And Naruto was like, "Okay." And when he got to the village, he already deactivated his Rinnegan, so he activates his Mangekyo and uses Kamui because he has all the abilities because he's a pure blood from Madara. And he uses the Kamui and pretty much you see Mema and Mito's dead body fall out the Kamui dimension and lands in the ground all broken and stuff because Naruto squeezed them real hard. Like all the bones are like, yeah, they're pretty crushed. So yeah, you see them pretty banged up. Like they're like crushed. So you know how when cars are not useful anymore, like they're bad and shit, and they put them in a place and they crush them. Basically, that's what happens to Mema and Mito. So yeah, you see like blood coming everywhere, like bones and stuff sticking out. So yeah. I hope none of you guys are eating right now because yeah, I don't want you guys to eat on that shit. But yeah, basically, yeah, Mema and Mito in a pretty gruesome way dead. And Naruto gives them to Kushina and Minato pretty much. And he throws Mema onto Minato, basically making her chest hurt even more and shit. So yeah, and Naruto's like, well, got things to do, and then he pretty much Kamui away, and he pretty much did the Kamui to piss off Minato because he knows that that's the jutsu that Obito used to almost killed me, Kushina and him. So he did it in pretty much. He was smirking and he did a middle finger at him. And yeah, he goes out and back to the base with Mai and Black Zetsu being there. So yeah, and I must say, a Black Zetsu is not really. Well, he's still working for Kaguya, but he's more loyal to Naruto. He likes Naruto pretty much. So yeah, freaking gosh. But yeah, basically, he's not gonna betray Naruto or Mai, but he's willing to betray Madara though. So yeah, because he doesn't like Madara's attitude, basically. So yeah, yeah, I'm gonna say at this point, Naruto already knows about Kaguya, so he's into the whole thing. I'm gonna say for plan conveniences, White Desu was blabbling on about how they're gonna save mother to Bagzetsu, and Naruto Kamui in the middle of it, so he saw them and was like, "Who you talking about, mother and stuff?" And Bagzetsu was like, "Oh, nothing. He's just being loud and shit." And Naruto activates his Mangekyo and was like, "If you don't tell me, I'll force you to tell me and stuff." And he had no choice basically, and it was like, "Oh, alright, it's cool." And Bagzetsu was shocked because yeah. So yeah, and basically at this point, what's it called? They have almost every single tail beast except for the eight tails and maybe the seven tails. At this point, Pain is on his way to get the seven tails. So yeah, he's. I think it was actually no Kakuzu and Hidan, I believe actually. So yeah, they were on their way to get the seven tails, and yeah, that's basically it for this one because my class is about to start. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.